There are many that thought that you crashed and burned. Crashed and burned. Your circumstances, your situations, the things that they have done to you. They thought you crashed and burned. But God had something different for you. You see, there's so many people. God has me encouraging people. There are many of you, you are at the standstill. You're at the standstill and you're thinking you're in this place of desolation. Or, God, why is it that I'm alone? I'm alone. I'm alone. You're being prepared. You're being prepared for the things that God has for you to do. And some of you hear so much that it's become like, okay, well, if you have that belief and that approach of, okay, then what can you expect, my brothers and sisters? You were rejected. You were dejected. You were ejected. All these things happened to you. Listen, because what God is placing in you now and what he has placed in many of you, no man is going to be able to squelch it. No man is going to be able to take it. No man is going to be able to copy it. No man is going to be able to emulate it. And if they try to emulate it, they're not going to get the same results because it's a copy. You are the original. What God placed in you was something where you will not be able to say, brother so-and-so brought me through. Sister so-and-so brought me through. This person did so-and-so and brought me through and brought me out. If it wasn't for this person, I don't know where I'd be. God is allowing you to go through these things by yourself so you can see the glory and the honor in what he's gonna do in you. When you see where you end up at after it's all said and done, you're gonna know it's just God. The thing about it as well, it's something, he's placing something in you that man can't take back. You see, man can put you on a platform today and take you off tomorrow. Say something good about you today and cursing you out tomorrow. Be supportive of you today and pulling endorsements another day. And what I hear the Lord saying is, I have placed something in you that's not man-made. I have placed you, made you, and I've made you over. And when I repaired you, and when I healed you, and when I brought you out, and when I start to work on you from the inside, God says, I placed something in you that's going to be beyond the comprehension of man. What they're going to know is that there's something different about you. What they're going to know is you speak in a way that they've never recognized before. This is not your speech. This is not your way. You are not the person that you were before. So this is why they have to try to remind you. This is why they have to try to say something. This is why they have to go dig up in your past and post something about you and say something about you, because they want to do what? Destroy what God has done. But let me tell you something. Who God has his hand on, no one can destroy. They don't realize that the pepper, the little hotness, the hot sauce that they're trying to bring to throw into your face is going to be something that's going to build you and take you even higher. When they want to go and tell people about you and what you used to do, when you're going ahead and they want to make phone calls to talk to this person so that this person doesn't endorse your book and this person doesn't, share your videos and this person doesn't do this, God is doing something way higher. You see, it's taking them all this energy and all this time, and they're going through 3, 4, they've got to make 5 or 6 phone calls or 2 or 3 phone calls, and they're doing all this little stuff. And listen, God is like standing over them and they look like little ants before him. You see how you look in comparison to ants? You understand? God is watching them and they're doing all these things, and God is already putting it in one person's heart way across the world to take you to where he wants you to be. And it's going to be something where they can't even reach. God is saying he's doing something supernatural inside of you and changing you. And it's going to be something that in these last days, no one will be able to pull it and take it from you. It's why? Because it's supernatural. Why? It's because something God has personally dressed you for battle. Okay? It wasn't them. It wasn't nobody. It wasn't this person on your side or that person on your side. You sat alone in the caves. You sat alone in the wilderness. You sat alone in the dark. You sat alone getting manna from heaven. God fed you. And while you were in the wilderness, you did not waste away. And he was building you. He's building your armor. And guess what? You had to go through some things. You had to forgive some people. You had to deal with the pain. You had to keep your mouth shut. Why? So you can fit what God is putting on you. You had to get conditioned because the armor, the thing that he's putting on you, my brothers and sisters, the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, the sword of the spirit, when your feet are shod with a gospel preparation, when you have the armor, you have the belt of truth, it's because you've learned how to speak the truth. God taught you these things, my brothers and sisters. So now guess what? What he is putting in you, my brothers and sisters, it's not something that anybody can come up and take off. It's impenetrable. Okay, it's impenetrable. I can't say the word, but you can't penetrate it, my brothers and sisters. It can't be moved. When they try to throw things on you on this armor, it just comes off of you. When they try to get in your head, my brothers and sisters, and try to tell you that you're not gonna be, it can't get through. And the thing about it is, my brothers and sisters, why you went through things before you can put on this armor that God has made for you in the wilderness. You yourself had to get conditioned. He had to get the armor inside of you. The armor that no one can take comes from within. God built the armor inside of you. So nobody can take it. Nobody can get through to you, my brothers and sisters, and pull you away. No one can steal your words because it comes from heaven. And my brothers, there's going to be people that's going to try to copy you, and they're going to try to do what you do. And I hear God saying, don't worry about it. People are going to try to emulate. People are going to try to let them do it because they're going to come crashing down. God is saying, I've allowed you to go through some things. I've allowed you to go through some things. But it was to make sure you were spiritually fit for the armor that I was going to put you in. This armor, I want to say it again that I can't, that's impenetrable. You cannot penetrate it. You can't absorb through it. You will stand strong in this armor. And that's why you have to go through some things. Rejection, being alone, being by yourself. But what matters is what you do during this time. Allow yourself to get spiritually conditioned so you can fit the armor that he's trying to put on you. And it's going to be something that's inside of you. I don't know if you ever seen Iron Man, my brothers and sisters, but you see how he just suit up. My brothers and sisters, listen, we watch these shows and we don't realize how much spiritual stuff you're getting out of that. That's going to be you. That's going to be you. Except guess what? Listen, Tony Stark's had that suit sitting over there. Guess what? Nah, let me tell you how you different. God's built your armor inside of you. God's built your armor outside of you. He's built it in you. You got it already. You're already armored up inside. Oh my God. You already have it in you. But in order to fit what God is placing in you, you had to get conditioned. You had to be squeezed. You had to drop in weight. You had to get more, listen, you had to get more endurance. You had to build that. When people are talking about you, God's like, shh. When people saying things about you online, God's like, don't worry about it. You're like, but God. But guess what? You're getting conditioned. It's like a workout. It's like a workout. They lying about you. He left you. She left you. You trying to talk to them and please. God's like, come on here. Let them go. and you feel lonely, and it looks like she's having a good time, he's having a good time, they've moved on. But God is conditioning you for this armor, for his power, for his anointing, for his outpouring that they cannot take, because it didn't come from them. It came from heaven. It came from God. It's something that mere man and their emotions and moments of jealousy and temper tantrums, they cannot take it from you. And so that's why God did not allow you to stay in this place. God did not allow you to stay in this relationship so you can feel, if it wasn't for him or her, I wouldn't be here today. So you can't mistake who has changed you, who has built you, who has set your feet in an even place. It's okay, my brothers and sisters. The reason why you went through what you went through, what you're still going through, is because God is setting something within you that cannot be penetrated. It cannot be burned off of you. It cannot be destroyed. You are going to stand indestructible in the face of the enemy. Your face shall be made as flint. And guys, look over them and they drama and they silly stuff. God is saying, look higher. Look, listen, Colossians 3:2 says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. And no, it says, set your mind on things above, not on things on the earth. You don't have time to be looking at them and Miss Petty, Mr. Petty, this one's doing this doing this. You're looking higher. Lord, what's the battle plan? Father, what's next? Father, who do I need to win? Father, what battle needs to be won? Father, where do I need to trample the enemy under my feet? If you start to think that way, you're going to be able to just listen, not listen to the petty stuff. You don't got time for that. Let them stay in the peanut gallery and do whatever they want to do, because you got to look higher, because you got to look higher to the things of God, because you know what, one day you're going to look up, and you're going to look up, and by the time you look up, you find yourself caught up to meet him in the air. And that's what you want. That's what you want. You see, there's some people, they're looking down, they're looking at the world, they're looking at all these things right now, my brothers and sisters. But you know what? You know when they're going to look up? You know when they're finally going to look up? When it's too late. They're going to be looking up, wondering, why am I still here? Why did I not get caught up? It's going to be like this, boom, twinkling of an eye, we're gone. Twinkling of an eye, you're gone. And you know what they're going to be doing? But guess what? They should have been looking up all along to get the marching orders from the Lord. So my brothers, stay the course. Refocus. See what it is that God has for you right now, and why you went through everything you went through. The indestructible armor and power of God placed in you right now to battle in these last days. This is the word of the Lord. This is the word of the Lord today, my brothers and sisters. Bye.